An eye for an eye, a son for a son. Lucerys shall be avenged.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I just got finished watching the season 2 premiere of House of the Dragon. Oh my gosh, it feels so good to be back in this universe, especially after 2 years of hype and anticipation. It just feels so good. Overall, I thought it was a pretty good episode. Having read the book, I did have kind of some preconceived expectations of what I expected from the TV show adaptation. And I think for like a good 60% of it, the Ryan Condal and the producers pretty much followed the source material. Now, that doesn't mean that any deviations for the source material are necessarily a bad thing, but there are some strange additions here with the episode, Alicent and Kristen, that I do have to kind of question, what's the point of this? This is kind of unnecessary, but whatever. I guess it's to give a little bit more of that nasty gunk to both of those characters and make us not like Alicent or Kristen. But despite that, I think the TV episode, the strongest part about the episode is how well they built towards things that are still to come. We're introduced to Alan of Hull. We're introduced to Hugh the Hammer, who, without spoiling anything, will become pivotal characters later on in the season and potentially series. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And obviously the big moment at the end with Blood and Cheese entering into the castle and killing Helena's son, Jaehaerys Targaryen. Obviously, having read the book, I did have a preconceived expectation of what I expected here from this Blood and Cheese scene. So it wasn't, the TV show wasn't quite as horrific as what we experience here in the book. But I think they did a pretty good job with it. I think so in the book, Daemon asks Blood and Cheese to specifically kill Helena's son, one of Helena's sons. However, here in the TV show, Daemon specifically requests the death of Aemon Targaryen as opposed to Helena's son. And I think that's in response to a lot of complaints with regards to season 1 and Daemon's character in season 1, where Daemon was pretty much a straight up villain. It's kind of a way to not make him quite as villainous and actually get him some of those shades of gray that he has here in this book, where Jaehaerys' death is more of an unfortunate happenstance of Blood and Cheese's own decision making, as opposed to Daemon actually wanting Jaehaerys Targaryen dead. Yeah, it's in response to that, and I think it's a pretty good change. Sparing us some of the nastier details of that exact death was probably for the best. I think I still probably prefer the book's version of events, despite the fact that making me sound like a book snob. But I guess it's good to give Daemon kind of not be a villain all the time. So all in all, it was a pretty well done scene. Again, I had expectations, and it didn't quite reach those expectations, but that's more of my own fault for having read the book and then just imagining that everything was going to be 100% like the book. So all in all, I thought episode 1 was pretty good. Pretty good. I give it 1 thumb up. Let me know what you guys thought of this season 2 premiere, and I will see you guys next week for season 2, episode 2 of House of the Dragon.